Welcome back to 3DS Stop. The alliance between 3DS Stop and Wii U Stop is as strong as ever, and our sworn enemy Wii Stop is still out there spreading nonsense. But today, we're putting aside the console wars to help you find some 3DS games that won't drain your wallet. Prices for 3DS games have been getting ridiculous lately, but there are still some cheap gems out there that are absolutely worth playing. And of course, we've sprinkled in a few delicious pancake jokes to keep things balanced. Let's rank every cheap 3DS game that's actually worth playing. Hack 10, Pilotwings Resort. Pilotwings Resort is one of those games that nobody talks about, but it's honestly a chill, fun experience. Flying around Woohoo Island feels incredibly smooth, and the relaxing vibes make it a great game to just pick up and play. It was a launch title, which means copies are still pretty cheap, usually under $15. Plus, nothing beats the feeling of soaring through the sky while imagining a stack of pancakes waiting for you at the landing zone. 9. Steel Diver. This game was not appreciated in its time, but it's a hidden gem. Think of it like a slow, tactical shooter, but underwater. The controls feel a little weird at first, but once you get used to them, it's actually a blast. Since no one bought it when it launched, you can grab it for under $10 most of the time. And, let's be real, a $10 Nintendo game? That's rarer than a pancake surviving in front of me. 8. Rhythm Thief and the Emperor's Treasure. This game is basically Professor Layton meets Elite Beat Agents. It's a rhythm-based puzzle game with a fantastic soundtrack and a weirdly good story. The only downside? It's starting to creep up in price, but you can still find it cheap if you look hard enough. If you love rhythm games and want something underrated, this one is worth every penny, just like how every pancake is worth every bite. 7. Resident Evil: The Mercenaries 3D. Sure, it's not a full Resident Evil game, but for what it is, it's actually great. This game is pure action. It's all about speedrunning through waves of enemies, racking up high scores and feeling like an absolute beast. It was one of the first 3DS games, so it still sells for cheap. Just make sure to buy a copy that hasn't been cursed by Wii Stop's nonsense. 6. Mario Tennis Open. Not the best Mario Tennis game, but for under $15, it's a solid pickup. The gameplay is fast, the online, when it worked, was fun, and there's a surprising amount of customization for your Mii. If you're a fan of arcade-style sports games, this one will keep you entertained. 4. Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon. Alright, this one is a bit more expensive than the others, but hear me out. It's still way cheaper than most first-party Nintendo games. It's not quite as good as the original, but the puzzle-solving, ghost-catching action is still super fun. Plus, the online multiplayer was surprisingly good. If you haven't played this one yet, it's a must-have for 3DS fans. Number 3, Star Fox 64 3D. This is probably the best way to play Star Fox 64 outside of an original N64. The controls are super smooth, the visuals look great in 3D, and it's just a fantastic game overall. Plus, it's one of those first-party games that hasn't skyrocketed in price yet, so get it while you still can. Just like how you gotta grab a fresh stack of pancakes before they're all gone. 2. Kirby Triple Deluxe. This game is so underrated. It's got some of the best Kirby gameplay in the series, the level design is creative, and the Hypernova ability is just plain fun. The game is still pretty cheap, which is surprising given how Nintendo games love to inflate in price like a soufflé. If you're a Kirby fan or just want a really good 2D platformer, this is an easy recommendation. 1. Kid Icarus Uprising. Alright, this one is pushing it on the cheap scale, but compared to how some 3DS games are hitting $200 now, Kid Icarus Uprising is still a steal. The controls take some getting used to, but once you master them, this game is absolutely incredible. The dialogue is hilarious, the action is fast-paced, and the music is legendary. If you can find this game for under $50, buy it immediately. It's one of the best games on the system, period. And if you disagree, enjoy your dry, pancakeless life. And there you have it, the best cheap 3DS games that are actually worth playing. If we missed any hidden gems, let us know in the comments. The 3DS Stop x Wii U Stop alliance remains unstoppable, and as for Wii Stop, they don't stand a chance. Make sure to subscribe for more 3DS greatness, because we're not slowing down anytime soon. Now go fire up your 3DS, grab a stack of delicious pancakes, and enjoy gaming the way it was meant to be.